Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sorry, building the studio, taking a huge L on BTC as it took a beat down. I opened up a massive long in the 4 hour and took a beat down. Let's show you how bad I lost. I know you guys want to see my losses and my wins. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Liver Show from a new location here in Massachusetts. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We love you, we appreciate you, and we care about you. We show you how to do it every single day. No days off. We had to build the studio. We had to travel. We had to get it done, but it doesn't matter. No days off. I was flying. I was in traffic all day yesterday. It was absolutely insane. Why was I in traffic? Makes no sense, right? Well, I had to bring a car from Florida all the way back up here. Just a long story. Maybe I'll tell you one day over lunch. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Bitcoin looking like it's going to take a beat down. We still have all this short liquidity up here at 107,000. They haven't disappeared yet, so there's still that squeeze looming. Is this just the induction of the squeeze down to 103,800 for Bitcoin? And we took a beat down this morning. You know, it was my bad. I want to talk about something that I do that I didn't do today. I always go over the 1 minute all the way from the weekly, and today I didn't get to do a top-down analysis. I was building the studio. I was stressed. I didn't get to do my regular focus. Then I saw the 4 hour and took a trade on the cup and handle, but I didn't look at the 1 minute. The 1 minute had a head and shoulders sitting there, beautiful, like it was sitting there, you know. The 1 minute had bearish divergence and got rejected. 1 minute had curved through the moving averages. Once these moving averages start to curve and get together, you dump down to the 200 MA, just like when they curve and they pump up to the 200 MA. You see, whenever the moving averages curve and get bunched up, they tend to force themselves up towards the 200 or down towards the 200. Write this down. Bunched up moving averages, fast pump to the 200, fast dump to the 200. This is something I've seen many, many times in my life. You will see it too many times in your life. So that's something you definitely want to kind of figure out, get situated with, and it's definitely going to leave an impact. Right now on the morning, we're seeing if we can get this bounce, right? If Bitcoin can shoulder, head, right shoulder. This was such a fast move down. I wouldn't be surprised if we ripped all the way back up and ended back at 105.4 somewhere by the end of the day after the crazy price action. We're going to take a look at Ethereum too and break it down for you like we do every single day here on the channel. Shout out to everybody here on the chat. How is the chat doing? How's all my peoples doing? God bless everybody here on the live. Let me take a look at that chat and see what's up with my chat.
This right here never really existed.
So weird, right? You hit something and it just plays on its own. You're a winner regardless. You have family, freedom, and education. Nobody gave you this. You earned it. Shout out to Onyx. I love you, man. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. That's the one thing about what I have. My dad didn't give this to me. My mom did. You know what I mean? My aunt, my uncle. No one can give you YouTube. YouTube is you. From his secret layer, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Sammy Price Action as the Crypto Lifer and his cast of thousands, the 99. Let's give him a round of applause. Hey, the mixer comes in 4 days. I shipped it. It's not here yet, but we'll get it in. It's an island, so everything takes longer to get here. So if it took 2 days, you can't get overnight, Amazon, any of that stuff, no. Because they do batch shipments once they get them kind of conglomerated to save money on the boat. Because there's a boat they got to take over. I'm sure there's like a corporate thing they could do on the boat, but still. Look at this, dude. Mountain Valley spring water now bring white peach. Crazy. I don't really personally like it. I'd like to have non-flavoring in my water. Natural flavor added even to them, the best. Everyone is adding natural flavors. I don't know what they are. Anyway, can we get the reversal on Bitcoin? Back to the upside. That's the question here after the massive dump this morning. Head and shoulder pattern that broke to the downside. The 1 minute loss to 200. That's when I usually open up a short, and we got pounded. The bottom seems to be 103.9. We have bounced since up to 104.279. Are we going to continue this rally? We want to see if there's some bullish divergence on the 1 minute time frame. What is bullish divergence? Well, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. You're basically going to juxtapose the RSI, the relative strength index, with price action. And you're going to see that you got this downward flow on price action, but an upward flow on the RSI. That is called bullish divergence. However, bullish divergence is only as strong as the previous support is resistance. So now you got to look at where did you just get resistance by. Bang, 104.6, 104.60, 104.465, 104.5. You can't get back above that key level. Expect more downside. So we're going to have to get a bounce here. You know, some type of right shoulder above here in a gap and a move through the gap. back up to about 105,876 for BTC, right? Bang, bang, bang. You can have natural vapor. Depends on the process of not adding artificial. Yeah, that's what some people say, that it ain't the worst. I don't know. I have to find out more. Bullish div is when you go to Spain and get chased by the Spaniard bull. Yeah. Right down the street, Matador style, right? Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We're just getting situated, too. I got a new stand-up desk that I had to build last night. Shout out to Greg and Mac, my two good friends I've known since I was about 12 years old. They came over last night, and they built this desk with me. There was no directions. I was out to lunch trying to figure it out. Usually I'm like honed in. My brain was shot last night. I have never been in traffic. I don't drive in traffic. And I was in traffic for 3 hours. It shot my mind, bro. And I know I sound soft right now. Shout out to all you people that sit in traffic every day. I don't know how you do it. I would literally no way. And every single time I got a little bit of a movement, we started to drive. It felt good. We take a right, a left, and it would be like massive red traffic again. Massive red traffic again. Massive red. And I was just like, how do people do this? I was like, how do people do this? Massachusetts Liver here. Shout out to Nikki T in the house. Shout out to all the beautiful people. You got chased with no pants on. Hey, it happens, man. It happens. Pants, shorts, you name it. It is what it is. So it's funny. We pant. I go pants. I don't go short. I go pant. You know what I mean? Like everyone longs, but I don't go long. I go pant. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Someone said today in the channel. So I cut my trade off. I lost $1,000. I put my hand up. I lost $1,000 today. It's okay. I would put up $100,000. I was going for a bigger trade. It didn't go my way. I was looking for the 4 hour to get that move to the upside. There's a chance this reverses, and then I can saddle back in later on and probably make it all back. But it happens. Even I lose, everybody. Even I lose. That's one of the bigger losses I've taken that fast. Like, I can't believe it. With under like 5 minutes, I was down $500. I was like, oh, that's what you're going to do to me today, huh? Now, right now, look at the stochastics on the 1 minute. They don't look amazing. And what you'd have to do is kind of look at this like it could be a bear flag. The crazy thing is, are we dropping further to the downside? Today was kind of bearish, I'll be honest. The unemployment came in, and it came in horrible. I didn't expect unemployment to be at 247,000, 10,000 above forecast, and above the previous. I mean, that's bearish, right? Why are more people unemployed? It would tell you we need to cut the rates because now we need to borrow more money at a cheaper rate so we can make more jobs. But this is what you want. You want unemployment to go up to pressure the Fed. This is good. This is bad for the markets, good for the Fed, for what we want, for our end result for the Fed. We want to see unemployment going up. Understand? We want to see it going up. Now, ECB, the European Central Bank, they continue to cut rates. They've been cutting rates now. Why are they so ahead of the U.S. and why is the U.S. tending? You know, I have a cool some insight right now that I haven't said in a long time. It just hit me. You know how we did Bretton Woods, right? And we put everybody on we pegged everybody to the dollar. Does everybody here know what Bretton Woods is? Who here doesn't know what Bretton? It's a place in New Hampshire, but what was Bretton Woods? All right. Bretton Woods was a system of monetary management establishing the rules for commercial relations among 44 countries, including the United States, Canada, Western European. All right. It was a system brought out, and they did it when they met in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. Okay. Also based on the experience of interwar years planners, right? Anyway, security link was Cordell Hull. Interesting. You go through to Cordell Hull. So they fixed the exchange rates, right? And all the dollars. So my thing is this. We all know that things are getting worse. All right. So Bretton Woods is when they fixed everyone to the dollar. They basically took a system and negotiated the fact that we would basically have commercial relations among 44 countries, and it was certain set rules, all right? And it was a guaranteed convertibility of their currencies into the U.S. dollar within the 1% of fixed parity rates, right? With the dollar convertible to gold bullion for foreign governments and central banks. It's how they figured out how everything could get back to gold and switch, you know what I mean? It was basically the world system. Now, because they print so much dollars, it hurts the other dollars that are pegged to the dollar. Continues to go down, you know what I mean? So here's my idea. They need to cut the rates while the dollar doesn't cut rates, because if they cut the rates together, mass pandemonium. And for me, that might be the only reason like Jerome hangs out so much and while he doesn't cut with the central bank. You see? It's almost if like they have to wait for 2 or 3 cuts. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're pegged and because we basically print their money to zero. If we continue to cut rates before they do, they almost need to catch up. It's almost like, are they having backroom doors and saying, hey, can you give us 2 more months and 2 more rate cuts? You know what I mean? So, bang, California economy now larger than all of Japan. Yeah. So, but ever since Bretton Woods, ever since the disaster of Bretton Woods, basically, the entire monetary system of the world, to me, is still influenced heavily by the dollar, right? And that's why you see pesos in other countries going down the tubes. It's all kind of by design. So anyway, this is a bit of a bear flag here. Can this bear flag go further to the downside? Head to $102,660 would be the target. Bear city for Bitcoin. The 1 minute below the 200 MA, that's a bearish sign. So we started the day with this beautiful flag. There's my system right there. At about 8 in the morning, my system began beautifully. Which is crazy because all I had to do today was trade my system. You see that? 8 in the morning, 21 touching above the 200 MA, blasting to the upside. And I trade that flag all the time. Then we could have been done with the day and moved on the bear's divergence. And then as it started to curve down, gotten out. You know what I mean? I stay on that 1 minute. Today I decided to trade the 4 hour and you can see what happened. I'll show you what I see on the 4 hour and we're going to break it down on the weekly. And it pains me to tell you guys I lost. You know what I mean? It hurts beyond belief. A G too, and under 20 minutes. But hey, I guess it's better to tell, when I tell the story, it's like it's gone. Like I get it off my chest. I've always been like that. I like to tell on myself. It feels better. You know what I mean? That should be a shirt. Tell on yourself. It feels better. Don't hold it in. You know what I mean? If you think people should know something, let them know. All right? Exactly. No system involving humans works over long term. Always some corrupt person gets influence and bring on our AR overlord. You're funny. You're being led to the slaughterhouse. Amen. Yeah. Did he close that all in long? Yes, I got beat down by it. Yeah. Bro, you got millions and you worried about losing a K. Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I stress every dollar, man. I do. And I know it's, not stress, but if I didn't stress every dollar, I never would have made it to where I'm at today. You see what I'm saying? So, it's basically like if you take care of every grain of sand, you're going to have a beautiful beach. You start losing your humble spirit and not caring about the little things, thinking it's all going to be good. And I think that's how the big things collapse on you. My dad taught me that. He always said, take care of the little things so you don't have to deal with the big things. Take care of the small things that you can take care of. So look, the losing weekly support, not my thing. Where these two candles closed was weekly support, 104,005. We're kind of right on the line here. We're right on the line. I would not want to see the weekly close, but if this does, we have to start suggesting we're going for a multi-week pullback here. My only thought was that we were going to attempt to get that bounce so we could make that, ascending triangle. And it looked like we were getting the bounce. Things looked okay. We're going to take a look at that 5-day chart and see where it looks now, but no. Now things, now you have to say we're coming back to that 21-day moving average, 618 golden pocket, 99,100K. And it just, to me, again, we know there's not a pump coming unless we pump back to the top of the channel, but no huge pump. And I told you that here. I told you expect either sideways price action for the next 5 to 6 weeks or downward price action. I said, do not expect a massive move up for Bitcoin. Just not likely going to happen here. The likely, because you're too far from the 21-day moving average. Just not going to happen yet. Bearish dip. What we are looking for is a possible head and shoulder pattern. Is this the end of the rally completely? You have to understand that this could be the end of the rally. And people are like, oh, man, they tune off. They don't want to hear me now. The guy's a bear. But you have to understand that every time I've seen a massive dump on a big time frame, the 21's away from the 200 MA. We have bearish divergence. It looks very similar to this. And you're extended after multiple pumps. So if we did take a dump and we ended up back down at 50K, 65,000, I'd have to be like, the signs were there. There was bearish divergence, the 21 was away, and it was all there for us. We didn't want to listen, that's fine. You see what I'm saying? There's people still in that short. They're hanging out. They've been short since 110, 112. Look how long. It takes 2 weeks to make big money in this game. Sometimes 3 to 4 weeks. If you were in a big short right now, you're still in the short. It's taking you 2 weeks, to see those gains. It's not, it's not going to happen overnight. The market has taught me that the bearish bias typically pays off faster and better. The bearish bias is pretty quick, but it also bounces back up very quick. So the long will pump and then usually consolidate a little more. The short will dump, but literally if you don't take your profits, it goes right back up pretty fast. That's the one thing I've seen about short price action. It goes back up so fast because people just want to buy that action, if it's hot. So the 5 hour was the one for me that said maybe, just maybe. And there was the thought that we could get the bounce. And we got the beautiful tweezer bottom. We got a green candle, but with a massive wick in the top, right? So now the thing is, we that's why in the next, I'd say 15 days, you got to be kind of hanging out somewhere here. And 15 days, you're kind of here, we're making the fallen wedge. And this is going to take its time. Whatever happens, the sideways price action, the downward, it's telling us it's taken till July 4th. It's not going to happen overnight. This isn't going to be a flip a switch type of situation. Okay? You're in for a slow bleed or sideways price action. There's going to be some new altcoins that come out and do damage. There's going to be a couple 1Xs, 2Xs, 5Xs. We're going to find them. Don't get me wrong. But the regular altcoins like your Solana, this and that, they're likely going to go somewhat sideways. Virtual might have a pump. There might be some niche pumps here throughout the summer. But this is what it's starting to set up for. You can kind of see a great time to learn. Great time to join a group and jump on in, because when the market's ripping, you're going to feel all this pressure, and then you're going to have to feel pressured to perform and to learn. That's very difficult. A lot of people actually lose money because they're trying to learn while the market's ripping, and they can't juggle both. When the market's starting to flatten out a little bit and giving you some time, that's the best time to jump into a group and start to learn. Go to cryptolifer.com and get your education today. I'm telling you, when I joined a trading group, it changed my life. I'm now here, a multimillionaire. So the first thing I did was join a trading group. I saw someone online that I liked. He was talking the talk. He showed up every single day. He didn't take a day off. And I said, man, that guy's the bomb. I want to be just like that man. I want to be not just like him, but I want to be as consistent as that man. And lo and behold, man, I did that, right? And that consistency paid off. So, hey, if I can do anything for you, but get you to show up every single day for what you love and what you want to do, that's all I want to push you to do. I show up every day to show you, whether I win, whether I lose, all that. But bouncing bad means dumping, but that's a nice bounce for Bitcoin. Beautiful inverted head and shoulder back to the upside here for BTC. And so if you did take my 4-hour trade, you didn't get wrecked, you're okay. You know what I mean? You're actually almost back. You know what I mean? We're getting back a little bit here, halfway to where we started. So not too shabby. Inverted head and shoulder did break out. The cup and handle back to the upside for Bitcoin. Sam changed my vision. It's worth it. God bless you, man. Join the 99, Servano Estrada. Where's my man, Sermando Merchandi, man? I missed that dude. $99 a whole month salary in my country. You live in a first world country, you could afford for sure. But hey, if you live in a first world country, hey, so why don't I do this for you? Email us right now. Your name is IELTS Godo. Email me right now. I'll put you in for free for 1 month. Okay? No, because you're not complaining. You're just saying, hey, I'm in a tough place, so I'm going to help you out. We have so much wealth here in America. Things are going well for us. We're gonna give that all a branch. Email cryptolifers@gmail. You get 1 month. Open up a Discord. Jump on in. This is my gift to you for today. All right? And if in 1 month, I truly believe you can gain the knowledge to be able to pay $99 a month. I believe that with all my heart and soul. I believe that with all my heart and soul. If you want it bad enough and you push yourself, and you've been watching me for a few months, you're already set. You're already ready to rock. And I'm sorry to everyone else. I know you're like, well, how come he gets it? Every once in a while, I do one nice random act of kindness. Yes, I do that for you, man. Please email from this exact channel. I'm going to go to your channel right now. Every email has a channel, in case you didn't know. So we're going to go to your channel. I don't want to put you on the spot here, but we're going to go to your channel. And you got to email me from here. All right? From Let's Go To. From Ayed Let's Go To. And I'm going to give you an opportunity of your life to change your life. I hope. Today I made a bad trade, and, so, again, I'm not perfect. But I truly believe the way, and again, I didn't do my top-down analysis in the morning. I'm rushing. I'm I'm not Russian. I'm not Polish. You get it now. But I was rushing this morning to kind of get into the charts, look at the market after having to build the studio. So I was doing what I had to do for the channel, but the channel and the trading group are two different things. Isn't that crazy? Like I run the channel and I run the trading group. They're two different jobs, right? Being on point all the time in the trading group is a full-time job, as well as being live here on YouTube and making sure the equipment, the live stream, everything is set up right, the lighting, and that we're ready to rock. Very important. You know, it's not an easy task at all by any means, but we get it done every day because we love you guys, and we wouldn't change it for the world. We just wouldn't change it for the world. Wow, getting a beautiful pump back up here for Bitcoin, bouncing from 103.9 all the way back to 104.6. And again, you're not lost. And you know, if you don't cut the trade off, you've never lost. Remember that. If you don't cut it off, you haven't lost yet. You can get it back, baby. It's never over until it's over. And I firmly believe that. I really do. You know, it's a constant battle every single day to stay on point. Look at that rippage, though. Oh my God, they just shredded. And remember I just said I wouldn't be surprised if they ran this thing right back to the upside. See, now Bitcoin's starting to look somewhat... See how quick this can change? And thank you so much for giving memberships. Look how fast this thing can change. That's why you don't panic sell. They always bounce it after they dump it. Whenever I'm in a trade and it goes down bad, I just take a deep breath and I say, they're going to bounce this, man. They're going to bounce it. Then it looks like they're not. It gets worse and worse and your emotions get heightened. The heightened your emotions get, the more... I usually just walk away. I come back and they bounce the price, and if you were down 1,000, now you're down $200. Act like it never happened. See what I'm saying? Thank you so much for that. Whoever just gave memberships, 20 memberships from SARP tomorrow, man. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate that. That was a 6 bounce off the 786. I joined the 99. It was a life changer for me. God bless you. Thank you. I didn't find the body bags. Funny. Trade safe. I don't know what that means. I know it going long, it drops. Going short, it longs. I know. Dump right before all. Yeah. Where's the link for the trading group? Go to cryptolifer.com. Cryptolifer.com. Like I go here and I type in CRYPTOLIFER.com. And that's where you can join the trading group. Go to subscribe at the top here. And it's going to take you to the monthly, the quarterly, or the annual subscription. Less than $3 a day if you pay for the annual. And I'm here every single day. Okay, so here we go. So, wow, the 5-day chart. I want to see a beautiful bounce here. And consolidate. This would help the altcoins go crazy because people would start to be like, okay, Bitcoin's definitely just consolidating. Starts to do this, then people can start to say this is it's possibly the end of the rally, you know, and the bears can start to push in again, and it gets, you know, that narrative can creep, and you get a lot of selling. This would still be pretty sweet. And as I showed you, shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside, it would not be the worst thing in the world. Would be pretty spot on. Thank you so much for those memberships. They're flying in now at the speed of light. Unbelievable. May God bless everyone for the insane karma for doing all these nice things for me. You didn't have to do it, but you did. Shout out to the AED. I'll pay for his second month. Oliver. Dude, this is crazy. What just happened here? Hold up. What just happened here? T in the house. Shout out to... Wow, that audio sounds great, huh? Studio sounds good, man. Shout out to the 1,840 people here. Unbelievable, man. This is a blessing. I'm super excited today. I want to quit my job and join your trading group. Hey, do whatever makes you happy. If that makes you happy, then do it, man. You know what I mean? I would never oppose to that. But, you know, make sure you're doing the right thing. I don't want people getting too... I'm an AXPT and it's ripping with the rest of them. I like it. So, wait, this dude just gave AED 250. I'll pay for his second month. I'm going to refresh, but isn't that... That's Arab Emirates Dirham, right? I will do the math. That doesn't equal $100. The second month is $100, but it's okay. You met me halfway. So you paid half of it already. So that's cool, man. But man, we got a new person in the group today. When you join today, I want you to tell everyone you're the guy from the third world country that is attempting to turn your life into millions. And we're going to do everything we can, man, because your story would be unbelievable. If there's an article written about you and how you joined my trading group from a third world country and you made it to the top, and you're the type of person we want to build up, man. This is where we help people, man. This is the trading group that actually helps every single person that jumps on in. Shout out to Teddy Bear. God bless you, brother. How everything's going in Miami, my friend. Orlando, I believe, right? Yeah. And let's put some 333s and some hearts in the chat. Let's show people how much love we got, man. I'll put 333 love in the chat. I just wrote 333 love, man. Do the same as me. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Dennis Fetters. Remember Danny Fetters? Now we got a Dennis Fetters. Whatever happened to Danny Setters? Remember Danny Setters? He was one of the old school people on the stream. Shout out to Danny Setters on the stream. Anyway, back to BTC. Let's see what's happening. It's been a vicious day, false move Monday type of thing, with unemployment coming in hot too as well, which is like bearish for the markets, but good for the fact that we could get a rate cut, which is then bullish for the markets. So it's kind of eerily bullish, even though it's not good for the economy. It's a funny way to look at it. That's how I look at it. You could look at it how you want. That's the way I describe it. Again, it is my reality, so, right. That's what's funny thing. Even if somebody's wrong, it's still their reality. Like, have you ever thought something for a long time was something and then you found out it wasn't true? But for years you thought it was? That's happened to me before, and I'm like, whoa. It kind of freaks me out because you're like, dang, I have a bias. Like, everyone has a bias. Shout out to Mac for coming through with the mouse pad, man. I asked for a mouse pad within 10 minutes. He was at my house with it. I have the nicest friends, man. I'm so happy to be back home. Man, this isn't good. This isn't good, everybody. That right shoulder, to me, has been made. So you got a left shoulder, a head, and a bit of a right shoulder. I'm going to show you why I went long on the 4 hour this morning and what I saw, but dang. That's a head and shoulder pattern that could dump all the way down to 95,000. And you got a gap in the VRVP. You got the 200 MA here. You got rejected numerous times by the 1 hour 200 MA. The 200 moving average. The 200 moving average. So, because last night my man's like, what's the 200 MA? The 200 MA. The 200 MA, he said. And my other friend was like, it's the MA though. It was so funny. He's like, but he always says 200 MA, bro. What's 200 MA? I was like, it's a 200 MA. The moving average. But that's a head and shoulder pattern. That tells you that we're going to dump. And we're going to dump hard all the way down to 95.5. That's the measured move for Bitcoin. Dang. Do I open up a monster short here? Jeez Louise. I can't stand shorting Bitcoin. I like to buy it on the bottom and just keep holding. That's how I made most of the money is BTC, man. You know, I don't sell Bitcoin. Like, I've been holding it for a long, long time. You can talk to a lot of us Bitcoin guys. That's kind of how we did it. Right? I mean, it could make an inverted head and shoulder here and get out of this, you see? But it still looks to me like it's going to take a pretty nasty dump somewhere down to test 100,005 and 100K. It's not guaranteed right now, but it's starting to look like a right shoulder, no? Multiple shoulders, you got a head, a right shoulder. That's a head and shoulder pattern, period. Moving averages are far apart. It doesn't smell I love you, I'll tell you that. All right, that's not, you don't want to open up a long right there and be like, whoa. So the daily and the 12 hour, they all look a little stressed. Even the stochastics RSI are kind of moving, but not in the best way. Just make sure the music isn't too loud for you there. I feel like the music might be a little loud, right? I'm going to bring it down in just a second. Music too loud, everybody? No one said anything, but no one said a word. Maybe they like the loud music. I mean, you people you're high energy people, so. Whoa. A bunch of super chats coming in now here. Oliver posted amazing gift. Here's another month for him from Caden Casey, man. Caden, man, God bless you, brother. So now another person threw another month in. This is crazy, bro. So you're in for 2 months. You can't complain, brother. You're in for 2 months. You can't complain. Thank you, Jamie. Everyone here is truly blessed. Cannot see my time frame on your screen. I don't know what that means. But God bless you, brother. Yeah. Turn it up. Somebody says 333. Shout out to Dutang Surfer and all the beautiful people here on the live. So Bitcoin looks a little sketchy on the bigger time frames. The 12-hour, though, see how the MACD's turning? It's not the word. It's like cup and handling, you see? They've been toying with this bar here. Let's take a look at our 8-hour time frame, and it's been bleeding slowly ever since we topped out there at 106.6 about 24 hours ago, right? A little over that, about 36 hours. And then we take a look here at the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour, see, this is why I longed, everyone. So I woke up, I saw this green candle bouncing, and I was convinced, I guess I got bit by the euphoria bug. And I saw this cup and handle, and I didn't look at anything else. And I said, look, I'm sick of looking at the smaller time frames. I said, the fact that we haven't lost, I said, we should have lost this 200 a long time ago. I said, the fact that we haven't lost the 200 is strong to me. I said, now we're making a cup and handle. I said, man, I've traded these so many times. I said, I see a move coming. I bought the low. It started to rip. Things were going well. It seemed like we were going to win the trade, and then just no way. It just took a nasty reversal. However, look, then we wicked to the 200 MA and bounced yet again off the 200 moving average. I don't understand why, but this is why I say the 200 MA all the time, because it comes into play constantly. And so there you see us bouncing off the 200 MA right here. And so my idea is longing with a stop on the other side. And we're either going to have a beautiful bounce or we're going to end up going below, closing the candle. At that point, I close the long and I flip short and take the short further down. Once you lose the 4-hour 200 moving average, you likely drop down to the 6-hour. First, you'll hit the first set of support and resistance, which is 102.5, and then you'll drop somewhere down here to about 100,004, 100,002, because the 6-hour 200 MA will move up. If you lose the 6-hour 200 MA, you will be going down to the 8-hour 200 MA. Another thing I talk about, remember, bunched up moving averages, starting to look bunched up, and then the 200 looming could take a move down to the downside. So I got mixed signals. There was hope right there. When I woke up this morning, it looked like the 4 hour was going to blast. It looked great. I thought we were in there like swimwear, baby. But no. And now, look, we got mixed liquidity. We still got this big old bar up here at 107,002. This is BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP tells us where people's stop losses are. So if you were to long and you were to not to use a stop loss and there was a bunch of your liquidation was 107.2, I'm going to be able to see it. If you're on Binance, OKX, BitGet, any of these exchanges, I'm searching that data. I'm going to be able to see your actual liquidations. So look, that's a liquidation. That's a liquidation. You see, we had a nice big bar there at 103,800. And BOOKMAP likes to eat the most, just like, a hungry kid. And so there's the most liquidity at 107,000. So more people are short right now with stop losses and liquidations at 107,000. That tells us there's a good chance that we just might go up to $107,000. All right. And whenever they make these lows, they're just trying to induce shorts to kind of pull you down. As long as we keep above this 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame, I got to remain long for Bitcoin. So the long that I put out today in the group is still valid. Like, even though I took a beat down, because I was just a little too heavy. I should have kind of, whatever. It is what it is. I love my loss, actually. You know why? All my losses have led to a win, man. So, you know what? Thank God. That's a beautiful loss I took today. And the fact that I'm telling everybody about it, I feel even prouder about it. Everyone can tell everyone about their win. It's easy to tell everyone how much you won. Anybody can do that. Telling people how much you lost, that's not too easy, man. That's not easy. That doesn't take, it takes a certain type of person to admit your loss. And so God bless my mom and dad for hooking me up and being there for me. Blessings on blessings. But so here's the trade here that I looked at this morning on the 4-hour time frame. And see, it was a cup and handle. Stop loss pretty deep at about 103,004. They didn't take it out, right? They didn't take it out. Beautiful sunset last night there in beautiful Massachusetts. So the 2-hour getting a bit of a bounce. It's got bullish divergence too. And so do I have the guts to go right back at it? do I have the guts to go right back at it? And that's the question. Does Sammy have the guts to go right back at it? Well, let's see. I just might. Let's take a look at the NQ2 on BTC. Actually, I'll get to the NQ in a second. That will get me too off. I'm looking for Bitcoin right now. I'm hungry. I'm a hungry hippo for Bitcoin. Man, what a beautiful bounce to the upside. The 2 hour looks good to me. The daily does not. You see? And so a resistance here would take you where? You'd extend this trend line, and you'd fall right back down into the zone. That's just how this works, from the bottom to the top. Bottom, top. Bottom, top, right? Until you get that, boom. So that's the first thing I see happening. Resistance at 106,675. And then we're moving further back down to about 100,970. Right? Again, there's a chance we break out of this cup and handle and do amazing damage. Only time will tell. But if we do drop, I can see that the likely destination is $101,000 BTC. Okay? Bitcoin back at 104,006, getting the bounce like we read about. True insanity here. And again, let's take a look, right? Yeah. And I'm still in this Ethereum trade. I want to talk about ETH right now for a second and break it down. So what am I doing right now? What do I see happening? It's Thursday, number one. After a beautiful week of heavy volatility, I would expect the volume to dry up today around 2 p.m. like it usually does. So it may not, but that's what I would expect to happen. It doesn't happen every time, but the odds are high that that's what we're going to see. If we do get that, we go from there. All right? Shout out to the 2,325 beautiful souls in the live, man. May God bless all my beautiful lifers and everybody here. Kicking it with the Crypto Lifer. Everyone back from Bitcoin Vegas. Shout out to who was in Bitcoin Vegas. Let me know. So do we take a long here? You know what I mean? Do we take a scalp long? With a bounce on this 2 hour time frame? Does the 1 hour... Wow, look at that, man. What a crazy dump. And again, not too crazy, though. Rejection by the 1 hour, what? The 200 moving average. Rejection. Almost got there. Almost got there. And you could say, wow. Right? I think some songs are a little louder than others. So, had we gotten above this 2 hour, 200 moving average on the one, oh my gosh, we would have made a flag, and that could have been just absolute loveliness for more gains. You see? That's why my strategy works out so well. You just wait for this. You just look for all the setups in the world and only take the setups that matter. Once you have a great setup, you just recycle and reuse over and over again. I have to be honest, the bigger time frames look bearish to me. The 1 hour needs to kind of settle off. I haven't seen the 1 hour settle yet. Until that happens, I guess I'd have to leave the longs alone for now. Possible shoulder, head, right shoulder too that could play out. Not looking amazing. Messy business here. You could say, isn't it a diamond, Sammy? Don't you see the diamond, brother? And I'd be like, top of the diamond to you, bro. I mean, I don't know. It's okay. It's not amazing. You see what I'm saying? I would skip this one. Right here is the one. Yeah. So, again, it looked beautiful today, but that's another reason. If you play my strategy, wait for the 21 to cross the 200 before you get in the trade. And wait for price to touch the 21. Everybody, you hearing me right now? I learned something that's so beautiful. Now, other people may have no idea what I'm saying. That's fine. This may go right over your head, but to the people that are truly listening to me and want to gain some skill and knowledge here, and even I mess up, everybody. I am not perfect. I have great strategies. Some days I miss them. Some days I'm stubborn. Most of the time I'm not. I do a really good job of listening to my own strategies. But there's times where I act like a dumb human. When I'm tired, when I'm traveling, right? And that's when I should know to reset and rebalance. And see, that's why today I took the loss, because it told me, Sam, you traveled all day. You're pushing yourself. You're not taking days off. Of course you were going to take an L and not pay attention to something that you obviously know. Of course you may fall short. And it is what it is, right? And so now I can kind of accept my L2 and say, okay, that was my body and my mind telling me that it was just time to take a break, time to reset. And I pushed myself so hard. Just focus on the stream and get the stream done, and we go from there. So remember, the key to that 21-day moving average is so important. One of the most beautiful things that you could ever see. All right, and getting well above that 200 MA, very, very important too as well. Okay. So that's why I wait for that when I make my trades. It's such a beautiful thing. You will save so much money if you wait to touch the 21 before you enter longs. Now, this looks like a head and shoulder pattern on the 15-minute that may just continue to reject here. I'll tell you what, it doesn't look amazing for Bitcoin. Every time we get some type of bullish move, we get pretty beat down. A bearish div there too on the 1 minute. And we had the inverted that broke out, and now it's like, what are we going to do here? Someone says, adjust the window. We can't see the time frame you're looking at, but it says it right here. It says 1. You know what I mean? I'll adjust the window for you, though. Let me see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. No, not that one. Hold on. That should be good there, right? Oh, you want to see... hold on. I don't want to take the bottom off. Yeah, but you can see the time frame. See behind on the it's right there. See how it says 1. See how it says 7. See how it says 15. The time frame's right there on the timestamp. You get it? It's right here. See the 15? See that? Yeah. So you're always seeing it. You just didn't notice it. It's in the watermark. Bitcoin 1 day. And I'm going to say it usually out loud if we're doing something, right? So I have to be honest, Bitcoin's bearish as all heck right now. Like, I wouldn't really want to long it till it gets back above 106 now, unless you were trying to catch a falling knife. And that's a right shoulder, however you want to play it. You can't force that. That's a right shoulder there. And again, that measured move is to the downside. And you'd say I flip-flop, but I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go, so I'm not flip-flopping. I'm just every day attempting to figure out what it's going to do. And every day could change. Like tomorrow, we could get above a daily support, and it could be different. Like you could rip and end up closing a candle here in 2 days, and it's not the same as closing a candle below here. You see, so it's all going to depend on the day. But that's a head and shoulder pattern that wants to break down to about $95,000. It is what it is. A head short could be a great idea, and then we could, basically go right back up to it to see what would happen. We're going to take a look at the NASDAQ in a second, too. We're not going to leave you hanging. And tonight, we have weekly screen share as well, which we're going to go over my portfolio, talk about the ups and downs of the week, and kind of go over. I accumulated more Bitcoin this week. That's basically the main thing I did, and a little bit of SWI. Nothing else, right? I bought more Bitcoin and SWI, but I'm always adding in the fear. I'm always adding in the red. These red days here are times for me to add Bitcoin. So I do see this as a head and shoulder pattern. If you don't, it's okay. I see it as such. Does that mean it's definitely going to dump? No guarantees. Does that mean I'm going to run a short? I got to be honest, my trader instinct tells me to not trade big time frames and just take little scalps on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute, on the 15. So if this does dump, I'll probably just take scalp shorts down. If it rips, I'll take scalp longs out. I'm just, every time I commit to a big time trade, they seem to flip flop on the market. It does tell me we should be shorting this though. If we had, the probabilities say you get in a short right now. That's not me. And again, this is not what I'm telling you. The probabilities. Like, I've looked at the market for years. Yeah, they're telling you to short this with a stop loss above 105.9, right? Because you got a lot of resistance there. So you'd be shorting resistance just like longing support. Same idea. And this tells me that you could definitely, there's probably a 68% chance you do win the short. It looks pretty good. 8 hour, 4 hour. The only thing about it is see how the 4 hour just refuses to lose the 200 MA. And so I use the 200 moving average, and this is what has me going. So even though the daily looks horrible, if the 4 hour closes one or two candles, or maybe even one candle, sometimes it closes one and it goes really fast. You don't get the chance. But that's usually like I'd say 4 or 5% of the time. Most of the time, you're going to get a candle close below the 200 MA on the 4 hour. And then it's going to make some type of bear flag, a bearish retest, and then you're going to get the drop. And it's going to give you a pretty good idea to get into the short. All right. Shout out to the 2,340 people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Likes almost up to $1,200 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. Let me have some more of that sparkling water. It's interesting, whenever I'm in a new location, I get situated, even where my hands are situated is different. Like normally I have a stand-up desk with a nice draw. I got to get that draw. I don't have that draw here, so I got to. But man, God bless the stand-up desk. I used to travel and never have one. So amazing that I was able to do this here. So again, bullish on BTC here. And a possible bounce on the 4 hour time frame. If they would flip this market, see, everyone's short right now. Everyone sees the head and shoulder on the daily. Everybody is short right now. No one is going to long the 4 hour with a stop below the 200 MA. Like, nobody's going to do that. That's very rare. That's very unique. It's odd. And so the odds of that we'll win are, I think, higher because who's doing that? You see what I'm saying? Again, I can't go on that. Like, I don't trade on that. But there's some common sense theory behind it that possibly may play out. You see? And there's no guarantees, but there's some common sense theory that it may play out. And that could head to 108,545 for BTC. All right. So for me, I would not short until the 4 hour closes a candle below the yellow line. They should have done it here. Should have did it here. Should have did it here. Then we got the run up. Inverted head and shoulder, looked like we were going to get even more. And then it's been a slow bleed ever since that $106,800 level for Bitcoin. Don't worry, we are going to break down Ethereum, and it looks like a cup and handle, right? So, yes, I have mixed signals. Yes, the big time frames don't look good. Yes, I see a right shoulder on the daily. Yes, it's probably a good idea to start to short that, probability-wise. Me, it's tough for me to do that. Because I could see it reverse too. And my trader instinct tells me to be wary. Maybe I'm being hesitant. I don't know exactly. I am trying to interpret my own patterns in my mind here. But, something in my mind tells me, Sam, they've done everything to you. But the one thing that they basically have given you that they don't mess with the most is that 200 moving average. Whenever you've trusted it, it has panned out absolutely beautifully. The last time we got above it and we bounced was right here. And I don't know if you remember, but I opened this trade. I said, I'm going to keep the stop below the 200 MA. And it was a beautiful trade. It actually could still be in that trade from 84K. That's why remember when I bought 84,000? A lot of my long-term buys are based off technical analysis. I longed 84K because I could see that the 4 hour was well above the 200. And there was a great chance that I was never going to get back below it. So I put in a pile of money. I bought a whole Bitcoin right in this. I put 84,000. Then when we, first I actually put 84,000 here because there was a really big chance we were going to, I thought there was no way. Then we lost it. And then I had to eat my words in. And then I bought 74, 75, 78. I bought a lot of Bitcoin between 75 and 81,000. A lot. All right. And again, anyway, and then we got tight here and then we were gone. And then my last few buys were here and then it was liftoff, right? So the 200 moving average on the 4-hour is very, very important, very intense. It can be a line in the sand that just really, really holds you down. Now you could put, I've put tons of money behind it before, and it hasn't failed me. It's like Jon Snow on the wall. Once it tells you it's watching the wall, it's watching the wall. And it's pretty interesting how tight it is. So, again, I am not a soothsayer, and anything I say could be, is open-minded here, and it's my own. And nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I am not a financial advisor for any reason, all right? You have to get your own financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. Very important, right? And again, don't get me wrong. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. My system is telling me that it's more likely we're going to drop to the downside. I have traded against my system before out of nowhere and hit massive longs, and it's like trader instinct comes out over everything. But most of the time, 95% of the time, I just trade what the patterns are telling me. I see a cup and handle. I see a slight higher low, and I see us hugging the 200 MA. I see us getting somewhat oversold in the stochastics RSI. However, that's when I see a lot of dumps. The RSI is also in a pretty good spot. And I see kind of lack of bearish momentum in the MACD, even though we've had this slower sell-off. All these are somewhat weird signs that Bitcoin may get a bounce here to the upside. I tell you what, it's a bit odd. The 1 hour looks horrible. Looks like it's going to continue to dump. Bearish engulfing to that. Bearish engulfing candle there. I don't see why it can't continue to dump. 15-minute time frame is attempting to get, has a shoulder, had a right shoulder now. But now it's attempting to bounce with the low stochastic. But that is a head and shoulder pattern. That would basically break that 4-hour 200 and begin the bigger short. Then the daily would fall out of that head and shoulder pattern and we would get a massive dump. Seven-minute and a bit of a flag there. You see it? Remember, when they sell off really fast, you usually sell back up. You usually bounce back up pretty fast. Remind yourself of that. Fast move down is a move right back up to the upside. Wouldn't be surprised if we pumped all the way back up here to 105,378. Another thing, some of my days that begin in a loss can end up becoming some of my biggest win days. So you know what? I'm open-minded that anything can happen today, and today could end up being a huge win. You never know. If I'm not open-minded to it, then, who knows? But as long as I stay open-minded, anything is possible. Anything is possible if I believe anything is possible. Your mindset creates your vision, and it creates the pathway you're on, and it creates the avenue in which you drive. If you want to drive a bumpy, cruddy road that's hard to drive on, a lot of rocks sticking up, hitting the side of your car, a lot of potholes everywhere, that's if you have a bad mindset. And so you're going to be driving today, your avenue that you're driving on, the people you meet, all your interactions are going to be on a bumpy, nasty road because your mindset is on a bumpy, nasty road. And I just came up with this today. I didn't listen to Jim Rohn this morning, none of that. Secondly, but if you have a smooth highway and it's paved well and things are organized and everything's looking good, there's a good chance you're going to have a great trip today, right? So positive attitude is having that smooth highway ready to go for yourself. It's already ready. You can see it. The whole day is planned out. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be an awesome day. Today is going to be great because you've already paved the road. Now, if you think today sucks and you're in your head and you start telling yourself everything stinks, well, then you're on a bumpy road. The car's going to be bumping. You're going to be hitting bumps. It's going to... You see what I'm saying? You're in charge right now, every single one of you, of your reality. Whether you're going to be in a good mood or a bad mood is up to you. Whether you're going to be able to hang or push forward is up to you. Every single thing you do. The free live stream is priceless. Thank you to Fund the Shorts, man. God bless you. Yeah. It wasn't loud. Music is good. Thank you. Can't see time frame. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're on the 1 minute time frame. All right. I'll look at it at the end of the stream and make sure. But it looks, I can see the time frame in the upper left there. In the upper left over there. Hey, paisano. I'll give you one more, I guess. There you go. Now I see it. Now I can physically see the time frame there. I'm on the 1 minute. You see it up there? All right. No, I get it. It helps you see the show. And you're getting information and you like it. That just means you're really watching. So God bless you for asking that. Because that means you're super attentive. And you want to get more out of the show. And you're just asking, hey, man, I wanted that time frame. I get it. I'm with you, brother, 100%. God bless you. Thank you so much. Amazing, actually, that you would care that much about the show. Shout out to everybody that shows up every single day tirelessly with the Crypto Lifer. We love each and every one of you, and we appreciate you all for being here with us. It means the world. So crazy. Yeah. Okay. 11:21 a.m. here in the studio. Bitcoin, cup and handle to the upside. We should be getting the rippage back on in. We're going to take a look at Ethereum for a second. Our target for this is back to 105.478. All right. And I still got faith that the 4-hour trade I gave to the group is going to play out. It hasn't hit the stop loss yet. Publicly, I can claim that trade has never been hit off yet. Let's see what happens. Let's take our time. Let's move to Ethereum for a split second here and talk about Ethereum and see what's happening for ETH. Be careful shorting the market when you're above the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame. It can be very sketchy. So we're going to do our top-down analysis for ETH and break it down for you like we do every single day. Have some fun and see what's cracking. I happen to be in ETH long. I'm longing that little flag that it's, or that bigger flag that it's in. And we're going from there. First things first is the trend line. As far as I'm concerned, you're back above the trend, which is great. For a while, you were not. And you could have bumped and run, and the fact that you didn't is bullish. So we have a trend line. To me, that's the bottom. That's your bottom for ETH. So I don't see ETH going lower than this foundation here, right about 2450, because if it does, that it loses that trend again, and then you have to start thinking about something pretty nasty. All right. Now, it's kind of it could end up making a giant inverted. I think it's a little far-fetched. I more see as this is the shoulder, this is the head, and just a little right shoulder as it stays above the weekly 200. I tell you, too, another strategy that I've had is you buy right now with a stop on the other side of the 200 on the weekly. Remember that I said this. Write this down, because this is going to be one of the most epic ETH trades that have ever been given to anyone in the history of ETH trades. And I know I'm not trying to be pompous or rude. I'm being honest. So check this out. Like, write this down. Timestamp this. Please, guys, hold me, and gals, lifers and lifettes, all of you beautiful people that I saw at my event there at Sala 118 in Vegas. God bless all you awesome lifers that showed up to that event and made it unbelievable. Dressed to the nines. Everyone looked amazing. The dresses, the ties, the pocket squares, the rollies. You guys came through strong, man. And I think, no offense, I saw another group, a couple meetups, and they looked like kind of Herbie. And it was like that usual like crypto herb thing. My meetup was amazing. Professionals, high-enders, all different people from all walks of life. We had women, men. We had people in their 70s, people in their 60s. We had young people, old people. It was amazing. It was unbelievable amazing. Bitcoin is ripping right now, and it's ripping hard, all right? And it actually just went on a massive pump. 104,650. And I believe it bounced out of that cup and handle nicely. We may have found the daily bottom here for Bitcoin. And it probably was there at about 103.9. That's where they got everybody to sell. That was the psychological level to sell. You see? Even got in my head a little bit. But hey, the trade is still kicking. All right? And can we reverse this puppy? So here's my two trades now live, right? We got the $100,000 trade for Bitcoin. That if up $80, down hundreds of dollars at one point, almost 1,000. Now we have the $160 trade here for ETH. I've had this trade open on Ethereum for a long time. It's a small trade. I want to make it bigger over time, But, still with the 7x leverage. And with Ethereum, I'd be surprised. But so I still see ETH going. And look at Bitcoin ripping. It pulls that 200 MA, we're going to get the bigger pump. And so today may not be that bad. I probably end up making more money than I thought, even though it started with a nasty dump. And my initial plan just did not look good. So Ethereum, I see this as a beautiful trade here. And I love buying things when they get above the 200 MA on the weekly time frame. It's just a very, very strong signal, especially now that you have 4 weeks above it. It's a very strong signal. You'd be surprised how nicely that could bounce to the upside. Oh, I got to switch this. I got the Crypto Lifer sticker. I'll have to put it on this side too. I don't know how we switch that. But we got the Crypto Lifer sticker there. You see it? Anyway. Not now, Sam. Not now. Stay focused, Sam. Stay focused. People are really into the TA right now. So the weekly's looking beautiful. Let's move on into that 5-day chart for BTC. And what I like about the 5-day, what I don't like is the 21 curving, but if that curves back up, that's great. But see how the 5-day is making what to me looks like a bullish rectangle, which may have even broken out already. Yes, there's a lot of wickage, but if you look at the candle closings, that's a bull flag that to me possibly is broken out. You take a look at the 3-day chart too as well. Not so beautiful, a little messy. And you be like, Sam, different time frames are giving you mixed signals. How the heck can you take that information? At first, it was very confusing. And I'll tell you what, it was very odd, and I didn't. But what happens is your mind is way more powerful than you even realize. So right now, you don't think you're as powerful as you are because you just haven't given yourself the time. But if you keep doing this like I do it, you're going to be able to handle so many probabilities and switches and flips in your mind. And you're going to be able to see things a lot differently than you do now. You just got to stick to it and let your brain change. Once the neuroplasticity, right, which is the ability to change the way in which your brain is programmed. Once we have we change your neuroplasticity through constant. If you stay on my group, I'm going to change your neuroplasticity. That's what I'm doing. I talked to someone the other day they had a meeting with me and we were talking business and he goes, I know what you're doing, Sam. And I was like, I turned a little white. I was like, man, what is he saying? And he's like, I know what you're doing. He's like, I know what you're up to. He's like, you're not teaching people how to trade. He's like, you're not doing technical analysis. He's like, you're not even into finance. He said, you're rewiring people's minds. He said, you're rewiring subconscious minds. He's like, that's what you're doing. I know that's what you're doing. And he's like, I've studied people like you. And I said, shh. He said, you're just using trading as a way to do it. And I said, 100%. I said, you're on to me. And he said, I know. And this guy was in his 70s. He says, I know exactly what you're doing, man. He's like, people listen, they watch, but you're showing up and you're creating a mindset over time. And they're building from that. And they don't even realize how much they're going to get from it until years later. They're going to realize, man, this guy reprogrammed my mind for me. I gave you a V12 inside that brain, baby, because I want you to be the best you've ever been. And I figured out how I could be the best I've ever been. And so for me to do that and keep it all to myself is rude. I want to show you how to be the best version of yourself every single day of the week, all the time, no matter what. And because you can too, because you deserve it, because it's your life, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be at the top of your game every single day, right? Like you deserve to be the best. You deserve to be the hero of your story. You deserve it. Like you're a miracle. Your parents came together and met, and they'll never meet again. Like you are a miracle. You're a blessing on earth. People like you guys don't come around every day. You know, I'm so lucky to have the algorithm connect me with people like you. And I'll never be the same. And yes, I may seem like I'm talking to you. I am, each and every one of you guys, because we're all a unified consciousness together as one. I felt it all when I was in Vegas together. I felt each and every one of your hearts and souls in my heart and soul. We're connected beyond mind. We're connected with our mind, hearts, and our mind, our hearts, and our consciousness. It's consciousness that brings us together. It's the push. Now look for this flag to play out. Bitcoin will end up right back where it was earlier today. This was just a nasty liquidity grab. The 4-hour still looks good to me. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. The trade for Bitcoin now up $200 on MEXC. Sign up to MEXC today. Lowest fees in the game to trade BTC. Look, up 223 now. Ethereum trade evening out. These might flip both green today, and we could get the move. If I want ETH to stay above that 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame, very important that it does. If it can do that, we can get this. ETH likes making these real ugly little flags, but a flag is a flag. A bullish rectangle is a bullish rectangle. Heck, shoulder, head, shoulder, induce the shorts, make them feel like we're going to dump, bring the fear on. So bang. And now you can see, man, this trade was down dang near $1,000, man. And it flips. I can't believe that. I basically felt like it was a wrap. And the day was going to be a nasty day. There's a chance that my trade still plays out. That 4 hour time frame ends up doing damage. Right now we're watching the 1 minute. We want to see the 1 minute continue to pump. Get above that 200 moving average. Then it gets above the 5 minute 200 and the story continues. Right now we are breaking above the 5 minute 200. It's a very bullish sign. And look at that cup and handle doing damage here with a target up at 105,005. Looks like we're on our way. The stochastics were so high, if you didn't know your TA, you'd be like, no way. Now, right now, we're getting rejected by the 5 minute 200. Also, the 1 minute is a little spent. Again, I'd wait for that flag to go sideways here, 21 to come up. We go from there. Not my favorite day-to-day trade, technically, because, it's Thursday, and the volume tends to get pretty tight. Let's take a look at what's happening on the NASDAQ. All right. And look at that. We are excited to announce the release of the Merkle Proof of Reserves. The PRR system provides greater transparency and security for your assets on the platform on BTC.D. And you got to love that. I mean, that's a big deal, right? And they want you to know real quick what they're doing. Shout out to BTC.D and my peoples out there. Shout out to Muck. Shout out to Eric. And, I know the people on with boots on the ground. Right, so I longed the NASDAQ last night before I went to bed. I just aped in. I saw a trade for the NASDAQ yesterday, and I gave it to the group. Let me take a look. I'm up 14% now. I aped in pretty hard on the Tech 100. This is my fourth trade in the NASDAQ. I haven't lost yet. I have not lost trading the NASDAQ. It's pretty crazy. I don't understand why I have such a knack for trading it, but it tends to do what it's supposed to do. I was actually probably up way bigger now. I must have been up way bigger too. Hold on. Let me look at the Tech 100. I'm not looking at the Tech 100. All right, here we go. And where's my trade last night? And what was the trade? What did I do? Oh yeah, so first of all, we saw this breaking out. Then I saw this flag last night, and it played out pretty nicely too. We're up huge right now on the NASDAQ. I believe I should take that because I'm growing this. I told you, I'm going to turn this 2,000 into 10 grand, and it's now $3,000. So the first thing we got to do is add a stop loss at 21,900, right? So now we can't lose, you see? Like we're in heavy profits here on the NASDAQ. And the entry was like, it's funny actually. The entry was here. They boomed it. They brought it down. They boomed it again. You see what I'm saying? So I got lucky cool as a cucumber. I'm sure people got absolutely annihilated. See how chill I'm, man? I am just trading this thing. 20x leverage, just banging on them. You know what I mean? That's a nice 350 a day there. I'll take it. Let's take a look at the 1 minute time frame. See what the 1 minute is doing. If the 1 minute's still in a flag, there's a chance you could get, I trade until I don't have to. Like, there's no reason to get out of this trade. Just keep the stop, like, right there now. This could make a flag and continue, and I may get another 350. Maybe even 250. We don't know exactly, but the point is, I can't lose money now. My fourth trade on the NASDAQ. I haven't lost yet. I don't want to jinx it, right? You know what I mean? I don't know why I had to lose today, or almost lose today on Bitcoin, but we'll go, And 104,729 now for BTC. So I gave you Bookmap. Bookmap tells you where the liquidity is. And it tells us that there's too many shorts up at 107,000. And they're likely to get liquidated up there. That's only $2,500 away. It's not that hard for Bitcoin to get to, everybody. And shout out to the walls. These are great colors for the wall. I feel like I could green screen them, but I tried today and the chroma key did not work well. I got to light them better. Too much variation of lighting on them or something. Looks like it could handle a green screen. You know, it makes me want to just, you know, you add a chroma key. I just add a chroma key to it. I copy a chroma key from the other cam. And I paste the chroma key here. No, I didn't do it. Add a filter, add a chroma key. I was wearing something funny earlier, so it didn't really work. Yeah, see, it's just doing the if I did the custom color, yeah, it's not working well. I don't think the camera doesn't do. Look at that. Hey, how you doing over there? Now I'll go back to our regularly scheduled program. I'll have to figure this out at another time. The chroma key usually works pretty well, and the background's pretty money. You know what I mean? But I don't see why I wouldn't be able to key me out pretty nicely. But it's obviously not doing too well. You got to play with it. I don't got the time, and neither do you. So we'll back to our regularly scheduled program. So BOOKMAP, I still see a possible short. Oh, they got me on the stop loss and then flipped it. Dang. Right? Now it looks like it's going to rip. Bing. So crazy, right? I should have been a little lower. Anyway, the NASDAQ looks like it may continue to pump today to the upside. They're going to continue to print this money, and the NASDAQs continue to get that money. Rate cuts are coming. If unemployment is low, that's bullish for rate cuts. That's kind of makes the market, and so people start kind of front-running what Jerome Powell might be doing here. So look, today I made a little gain. Take profit could be 21,993. I'm 4 for 4 on the nasty Nas. 21,896. And I'm going to leave it alone. We're trading great today. That looks like head and shoulder-esque. I'm going to leave it alone. Bitcoin slumping down to 104.7. No. I'm going to leave it alone. We're going to turn this, now we got 2,975. And we're going to just slowly add to our wins here. And this is BTC.D. I'm trading a new exchange that has Tech 100, Tesla, Bitcoin, all sorts of amazing stuff. We're even asking them how to kind of change the interface. We're talking how to make it amazing. And this is going to have an amazing interface, I'm telling you. Working with the team to make things better for everybody in the entire space. No matter who you are, no matter what you use, no matter what you're doing, our feedback will present a better trading situation for you, even if you're not a crypto lifer, even if you're just someone that trades. Or give our feedback to these exchanges. I'm one of the most active traders in the game. So my community is one of the most active trading groups. So we get the most feedback when we use an exchange. Therefore, when we start messing with an exchange, it's going to help everybody in the entire industry because we're going to make sure that exchange, number one, plays by the rules, does the right thing by its customers. Number two, we're also going to, make sure that it is giving proper liquidity. Number three, we're going to make sure that it's giving proper tools that matter and helping our traders become the best they can with their interface, the user experience, and everything that they bring to the table, right? It's important when you have a big community, you can put the pressure on. So this cup and handle broke out so far, so good. It's taken its time now. It'll start to slow down. This liquidity was pretty fast. They got a lot of people in and out of the market already. Thursday is going to start to get a little tight. It's just something that will happen. Okay, I'm still not done looking at altcoins. And I'd like to see here. Hold on 1 second. I really like CryptoRank, man. I added it to my repertoire in the mornings. And it just has some good insight. It's worth checking out each day, seeing what's happening. And where are you going? Top launch pads ranked by average ROI. Binance Wallet hit it. Legion, Bybit, Foundry, funny. Wow, the Chain GPT pad did nothing. Horrible. BitGet, no good. PokerStarter, horrible. Open interest on Binance futures. Crazy, right? 17.4 billion. It's crazy. Yeah, futures and perpetual contract open, aggregated open interest. I'm looking at all these different exchanges. Futures is crazy, right? And they're never going to stop trading futures, so it's always going to be there. You know, once I figure that out, I mean, it is what it is, right? So. And remember, the daily for the NASDAQ looks amazing. And I just see the daily breaking out. You know, oh yeah, that trade was a daily trade. I was trying to figure out what was I making on that trade. Yeah, it was a daily trade. I just bought the daily breakout last night. Right before I went to bed, I said, man, that's like it's going to push, and it continued to pump, right? I see this NASDAQ going to 23,326, and not too long from now. So NASDAQ looking pretty nasty for a move to the upside over here. Let's go to crypto rank. Pretty sure I typed in crypto rank. What? Oh yeah, it took me to futures, and then it actually. Okay, I see what it did there. Bitcoin trade slumping back down now, only up $88. What are you doing to me, crypto? Okay. I just like to see the coins here in the top trending coins. Layer 0 keeps coming up. People are searching and visiting on... So popular searches and visits on CryptoRank. Top 20 searches in the last 7 days. Egan Layer, Solana, Optimism, Cato. We like our Cato, right? Illuminary AI Wallet. Interesting. Extractor 91. Aurora Farming. Dex Toro. Arbus by Virtuals. That looks interesting. Kill Big Beautiful Bill. Oh, that's interesting. KBB. That might actually get some traction. KBB. Yeah. Rugmask, Janitor, Powerball. Funny. Those are newer coins. And you got Sofon over here. And these are the most visited. Katana Inu, Bondex. Keeps coming up on my radar. A Sister. We looked at it, didn't look great. Lagrange Labs, Radio, ChatGPT, Sahara AI, Hippo. And, you know, it would to take an hour to two and go through each of these coins, find out what they are, find out what's going on. Then deep dive the new ones, too, and see if there's anything that kind of, and then do TA on them. And that's really, you know, you got to spend the time. People that spend the time make the money. I spend the time going over all this stuff thoroughly. I love doing it. Like, I love going over coins thoroughly. Tonight, we're going to go over coins thoroughly together in the group. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. We got tokenmetrics over here, and we're going to run the tokens. We're going to run the tokenmetrics. I love when it says incorrect. That's when you know you've done it right. Show me the money over here, right? Vader AI, interesting. I still got $2,500 in Vader, man. Right? This is my Brett based AI, Tokenmetrics AI. Remember that thing ripped. We're gonna have opportunities again. It's not over yet, baby. Where the heck did I put my cookie? I had to, like, stake my cookie. Man. Look at this. Chain Guardian. So many coins, right? I see this flag breaking out for Bitcoin. See the stochastics turning? Yeah, I'm going to stay in my long here for BTC. Not too shabby at all, actually. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. And last thing I want to look at is, not last thing, but one of the last. I want to look at coin market cap. See if there's anything pumping today. Remember basic attention token? Funny. So Farcoin up 4.6%. Losing that 115 area, though. SPX 6900 doing damage at 118. Up 6% on the week. Farcoin took a beat down, actually. Scott, a new coin here, up 9% in 7 days. Up 4% in the last 24, in the last hour. Pendle is always on my radar once we start to rip again. Hype is on my radar. Dog with hat on the radar. I like Hype, though. I like Hype. Bonk, Doge, Kai, K-A-I-A is also one on my radar, too. Sol, 151. Altcoins getting a beatdown yet again. Ergo up 6%. WEMIX has been on my radar for a while. You know who really likes WEMIX over and over again is Token Metrics. They just keep putting out WEMIX. So let's take a look at what WEMIX is, what it does, and what the heck they talking about over here. It is on MEXC2 as well. WEMIX. I mean, it went all the way down to the bottom of its barrel. You could say maybe it bottomed at 20 and bounced all the way back to 45. It had 100%. I don't like this chart at all. I don't like buying the lowest coins ever. I like coins that are like swing trading. I like swing trading coins that are in their healthy state. Like a coin breaks out, it makes this flag. I like swing trading this area here. You know what I'm saying? I don't like catching the exact bottom unless it's Bitcoin or something I absolutely love. And I know I have to get more of it. This coin, I'm not in love with it. I don't even know much about it. WEMIX. Let me take a look at the super chats of the fan funding here and see what's happening. I got a bit of an earache on my left ear. Or these headphones just hurt my ears a little bit. Marcus, let's go. Shout out to Marcus with the 333. Short of the 1 minute, head and shoulders. You taught me that. 333. Kids Crushing Fish, I love you, man. I'll pay for a second month. Unbelievable. And Sarp Tamor gives 20 memberships to the lifers. That's $5 a piece or something. That means he's given, that's a $100 super chat, basically. Thank you for the opportunity to change my life. D-Dubs, we love you. That should do, man. Thank you so much. And then he adds the extra, man. God bless you. Fractal from April 23rd, May 6th looks similar to now. Thank you for saying that. Limit buy Bitcoin at 95, 96.8. Low leverage. Where would the stop be? Happy 99. Member, thanks. I don't know. I wouldn't do anything like that. You got to have to figure that out yourself, my man. Yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't tell people what to buy or sell or how to sell or what to do. On the 4 hour with the, I'll show you how to, what exchanges I'm using, all that. But on the 4 hour with the Fractal, just interesting. How do you deep dive Trump's upcoming coin? World Liberty WLFI. Yes, I've looked into it deeply. Yeah, it looks interesting. But, I wanted to get it early on that pre-sale. I was clicking all night, and there was something wrong with the way it worked. I couldn't do it. You had to go through a KYC verification process overnight, which I don't mind doing. I'll do it, but there was something wrong with the way it linked to my computer and the Brave browser. Something happened. I appreciate your honesty on the long call this morning. Got to head out to an interview, but thank you for showing up every day and being 100% real. Amen. God bless you, man. The lesson you gave today is priceless. Honesty, integrity, along with consistency. You just don't get this anywhere else. Defund the shorts, man. I love you. CME gap at 92.5. We'll take a look at the CME gap too as well, man. Wow, so not a lot of altcoin action here today. Not people asking about a lot of alts. I'll look at XLM for Margaret Ness. She tends to ask about that a lot. Why not? I feel like she's wondering. I see it in this, still in the cup and handle. Still with that bounce off the higher low, just like SUI. I see SUI about to make a move here, actually, too. All coins look very similar. Let's take a look at Total 3, the entire market cap of all the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's just so important that we get the bounce here. We start to fall off, and then it's basically a trend down again. And, altcoins could do one more slaughterhouse, right? Just... And then maybe we can get on out of here. It would be so much nicer if we get the bounce here, though, than there. That would just be nasty red again. Cardano, everything would take that beat down. 130 Solana, all that. I would love to see previous resistance hold here and see that beautiful level at $830 billion never loose. Then we can consolidate and get closer and closer for a bounce further to the upside and get to about 121 trillion for the altcoins, baby, and get back into price action. Let's go. Taking forever. Pocket square slipping, man. I have a square on, but nobody knows if it's slipping down. Try to match that blue and the tie. With the gray shirt, with the gray. Hey, no white shirt, gray shirts over here. Hey, the guy's got no pants on. Hey, I got pants on. All right. Hey, he's got beautiful J. Crew pants. Hey. So we need the bounce here on total 3. Very, very important for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. See what's happening with the dominanza. The dominance. So, wow. I'll tell you what right now. I'll tell you something right now. Do you see it or is it me? I see like a drunken shoulder. And that's that flamingo. It's the hidden flamingo inverted. It's in there, right? I know this is crazy. I see it tells me Bitcoin's about to pump so hard, it's ridiculous. That 104 is going to bounce. They're going to flatten these shorts. They're going to go to 107,000. And once those shorts get absolutely annihilated, then what? Then what? You know, what are the bears going to have to say then? The Bitcoin dominance looks like it's going to rip. I'd say watch your altcoins yet again. They'll probably stay sideways. The big ones will pump like a SWI, Sol will kind of follow Bitcoin, but the other ones will take some time to get their liquidity again. This tells me that Bitcoin could be going on a tear, and maybe today. And look, it's holding 104,750. It's doing great. Just did a dolphin dip in liquidity and then ripped out the flag again. Tells me that this flag is bullish. I see a move further up for Bitcoin. Once it cracks the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, I see it going for that, the 7 minute 200, which is not too far away. Again, that was such a liquidity grab, and now we're on the way right back to the upside. We got to crawl back up, but we got slaughtered back on the way down, right? And look at your 5 minute. If your 5 minute can stay above the 200 MA, you are in there like swimwear. Look for this flag to break out. That's a flag. You see it? I'm bullish right now for BTC on the smaller time frames and on the reversal. So it started off looking pretty nasty. The daily could still make that right shoulder. It's not all down. It's not all up. But, I'm open-minded right now that anything is possible. And it could go our way. So with that being said, dear Lord, thank you for everything. I just want to always say thank you to everyone here on the channel. Thank you for the beautiful people. I think I did see like 2,500 people here at one point, which is a big deal to me. God bless everyone here on the live. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you all for being here. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Someone just gave a $500 super chat that I didn't even notice. Hold on here. Something just happened. Michael Pa. Are you kidding me, man? Yo, this is... Every time, man, I even have slight doubt in anything. Anytime, man, Michael Park comes through with the $500 super chat, man. And the whole world's like, how does the lifer get it done like that, man? It's like Michael Paul, man, with the $500 super chat. Michael, may God bless you and your family. I don't know who you are. Everyone, this man has given me over 20 of these. I think he's given me, I'd say 20 in my lifetime, maybe more. That's $10,000 in super chats, man. Like he's bought me my next computer. He's hooked me up. I steak dinners for everyone tonight. A $500 super chat, man. Steak dinners for everybody tonight. Like I go right to the butcher and I get ribeyes and I just ask I call anyone I know, do you want to eat steak tonight? Come to my house. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to give back, man. I got to give back. Man, God bless you, Michael. Thank you so much, brother. You bring tears to my eyes of joy every single time you do this. I looked to the left and I was adjusting something and I saw $700 and I was like, wait, we just had $250. Like, I said, that's a $500. I said, someone just dropped $500, bro. Pokey Brothers know Michael Paul, the mystery man. I know who he is. How do you know who he is? And I don't know who he is. How do you know who he is, Pokey Bro? May the Lord bless you thousands fold. PA comes in a bullish day. Let's watch this thing. Boom. I like steak. I like money. We should correlate the $500 super chat to see if there's like a Bitcoin pump or something. You know what I mean? Look at Michael Paul, man. Michael, you're the best, brother. Unbelievable. Bitcoin on diamond shape. Where does it go? Price up or down? If it comes into the diamond, it goes out the diamond. And so we're looking for this next flag to pump for Bitcoin to 105.5 for BTC. Up $90 of the trade. The Ethereum trade is 70. The Ethereum trade is still flat. And we're looking for ETH to make this flag. Let the 21 come up on that 3-day chart. And we are guan, baby, guan. I like ETH above the weekly 200 moving average. That's a beautiful sign. That's a big thing. I like what I'm seeing. And you know, when I first got into this, my beginning of the stream this morning, man, I have to be honest, new location, my hand's in a different place. Usually I'm able to stand here because my keyboard has a draw. I'm going to have to buy the draw, the Flexi Spot draw. They got to have a draw for it, a keyboard drawer or something like that. If not, I could probably install the same one that comes. I can install the exact same one that comes on the other one. You know, basically, I got a very similar desk. It's beautiful, man. Shout out to Flexi Spot for the amazing stand-up desk. You know what I mean? It's absolutely beautiful. So you got to stand up while you're here. I cannot sit down. I would have so much back pain right now if I was sitting down. Within 10, 20 minutes, I would have back pain. Not going to do it for me. Not happening. So Bitcoin makes this bit of a move. Look at that. And look, there. Did you see what I see? Do you see it, buddy? Can you see what I'm saying there? A bit of a head and a shoulder there that could take us up to the upside now. So can we get the move? Only time will tell here. Bitcoin holding 104. We bounced all the way back from 103.9. We're getting these $1,000 swings, which is awesome for volatility. I'm excited. You should be too. And may God bless you. And we did give this cup and handle on the live too that did play out so nicely on the 1 minute. We found this shoulder, head, right shoulder here. This is also a cup with a handle. This is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy. Boom. Look at that big move. Now I could pay the day right there, right? Money printer right there. That's what they do on the NASDAQ, man. That's what I do on the NASDAQ. I'm a NASDAQ trader now. I trade the nasty NAS, all right? So don't tell me over here what to do with my nasty NAS trades. Wow, it actually looks like it's ripping right now out the flag. Look at that. Something told me the NAS was going to continue to pump as well as BTC. I won't chase, though. I had a good day trading it. I'll come back tomorrow for my next trade. The daily is ripping on the NASDAQ because oh my God, look at the daily candle now. Oh my mamma mia. I told you this daily candle. Look at the nasty NAS going to 23,323 is my target for the NASDAQ. And I traded the exact same way I trade Bitcoin. You can see there's no difference. We don't switch it up. We don't change up the style. It's the same thing. I could trade Tesla too on BTC.D. Isn't this crazy? I could trade Apple. I wouldn't want to. I think there's so much better price action. But I can't stand when I do that. Look at Tesla here at 321. Is there a trade for Tesla? I haven't traded Tesla. I've never swung traded. I've never day traded it either. Anytime I do anything, I have to do a top-down analysis on it. Tesla's got some restructuring, some talks of Elon in and out. You know what I mean? Now he's got that. I believe now. This is crazy, right? But you know the big beautiful bill that got pushed. Trump had it's a lot of spending. And I thought we were going to do that. I thought we were done with creating inflation through government spending. And so Elon Musk read the bill, he couldn't take it. And he said he can't see that thing go through. And now him and Trump are somewhat at odds now, right? Am I wrong? Isn't that kind of what's happening? I'm not saying they're at odds. And it's good, you shouldn't have yes men in your team. There should be people that don't yes you to death every time you do something. But right now it's the first time we've seen where Elon isn't with something that Trump is with. And that's going to kind of, right? Because you have people on both sides, and it's polarizing. I could be wrong. I don't spend much time on the news, so I probably shouldn't even speak on it. But it seems like something like that's happening, right? Yeah. Check out Tao on the 1 minute, bouncing off the 200 MA. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Justin X Crypto, we love you, man. Slothana, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Good for you, though. Yeah. Alter Cook Sam, yeah, really nice day for my grid bot. Yeah, pump my bags, that's all I care about now. 100%. You're funny. Shout out to Frank J, man. Pump the NAS, Sammy. Is leverage Tesla stock? It's down long midterm for the next year. It's a goodbye. Interesting. That bill better get rejected. Scottish crypto, we love you, man. And I like to see people from, like Scottish crypto, people from around the world have something to say, you know? I've never seen so many people into American politics so heavily as they are these days. Wow, I mean, now you could almost say, are you making a bear flag now here? See if you can get that bounce now for Bitcoin. I'm going to take an hour break for the charts, come back to the fresh mind, see if I see anything, and then kind of reassess the markets. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I love each and every one of you. I can't believe the stream goes as well as it did. Shout out to Michael Pa for the $500 super chat. You make it all worthwhile, Mike. The late nights, setting up my stream, the early mornings today, running around. God bless you, Michael. Thank you for every single thing, and God bless everybody here. It's not just amazing super chats. It's your support. It's your energy. It's every single one of you guys coming through every single day. This is my bottle of water here. But may God bless every single one of you. Thank you so much for constantly being a part of the live stream. Without everybody, I don't know where I'd be. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And let's do it again tomorrow. Maybe even better. And with more vitality, and nail it. May God bless everybody here on the live. May you have a wonderful day. May you continue to push. Thank you for all the super chats, all the love, and every single one that sent support my way. I'll see you all tomorrow for another beautiful, amazing, and kick butt live stream. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember, the secret to success, it's getting started.